type to know it all, but I know enough. Give me something to work with, I'ma make it run. Something like $250,000 I can eat for months. Better yet, a lifetime. I don't need much. I don't believe in luck, but I believe in trust. A loyal team can withstand and help you adjust. My style slow burn, I don't need a rush. Pull up in that range, same color blush. My eyes wide open, I see with my ears. Spiritually inclined, I understand my fears. See, I'm switching gears. God mighty, who can touch me? Leave them in the rear. I'm at a different tier. You would have to draw that blood to understand these tears. Knowing what I know, good in careers, but I'd rather let him live so we can all eat. Now that's less beef. The captain know the chief. I call my own shots. I see the lions do the sheep. I know these niggas plot. They get close, show love just to take a spot. But I see the Judas come and let them all rot. Let them burn in hell. Man, that boy hell. Pit game is gorgeous. See, they try to copy nigga, but they can't forge us. Claim they can't feel us, but they can't ignore us. Oh, you against us? My nigga, you better be for us. I'm the stone they threw away. Came back as diamond, now they throwing shade. Nigga, I'm at a different grade. Y'all failed the test. Ain't no cheat code. You either got it or you not. I see you niggas fold. They say my heart cold. I take it off my sleeve. My soul you can't read. You gotta pay your fees just to get the keys. But now I sit with G's that you can't appease. Pass me the leaves, blow one in the air. Boy, my life a breeze. Man, that shit ain't fair. You know they all hate. Now tell them I don't care. Before you jump this gate, you better beware. Vicious dog, boy, I'm leaving bones in disarray. Eating out your bag of chips, I love for your leg. Anything can change in that shade of gray. Shit is different now. I run this, my nigga. It's a new day.
Big Ear Pac. Shit. The best way I can answer that, man, as far as when it comes to my culture and black community, I'm gonna say Pac. But as far as lyricism, Biggie, definitely. Jay-Z or Nipsey? For me. That's easy. Jay-Z. I grew up on Jay-Z. I always say Nipsey is more so as a person that inspires me as far as his moves. But I'm going to go with Jay-Z because Jay-Z is really the blueprint for everybody to be that hip-hop / mogul and actually just bettering, coming back and bettering your community and showing other people that you can come from nothing. So, yeah, I'm going to say Jay. But Nipsey, he that dude, though, man. R.I.P. to the late, great Nipsey Hussle. Today's fashion and 90s fashion. I'm going to go with today's fashion because, 90s, I was a kid, so I didn't really get to explore what express myself when it came to my fashion like I wanted to, but I would say today's fashion. Best advice ever given. Woo! I've had a lot of advice this past year, and I've been learning a lot about myself. I would say the best advice that I got recently is simple, just to stay down. And what I mean by stay down, they told me no matter what obstacles I go through, no matter what comes my way, stay down and keep going and persevere. And you'll be all right. Stay down. Favorite book? Favorite book right now is The Secret. The reason why I say that, The Secret kind of tells you, there's a lot of people who's going through a lot of shit right now in this 2019. Mental health, depression, and when you read The Secret, it kind of shows you that your situation is really not that bad as you think it is. You know, a lot of people always focus on the negative, but there's a lot more positive things going on. It's just that your mind, you're training your mind to focus on all the shit that you don't have. So when you read The Secret and you put yourself in a place of somebody who can't really, who has, who knows that their time clock is running out, you'll look at a lot of things different. If you knew you had like a set time where you were going to leave this earth, I think you'll live a little different. So that's why I like that book. One of my hobbies outside of music is easy. That's boxing. Boxing is very therapeutic. Um, when I'm either going through writer's block or when I just don't feel like going to the studio, if I know the studio ain't gonna work for me to relieve any stress, I go boxing. That's another way I can really relieve anything that I'm going through, because it's a mental thing too, just like music. I'm thinking boxing, you got to be very strategic. You got to know when to strike. You got to know, you kind of got to read the other person, and it's just an outlet. It's a physical outlet for me. I get to get out all my aggression, and then of course it keeps me in shape. So boxing is definitely a great hobby for me. So I came up with my stage name probably a few years ago. I used to call myself Night Child, but I didn't really like it, and I was like, one song I had a long time ago. I said Black Dove, and I was like, yo, that shit smooth. I'm gonna go with that. And pretty much, it's like the symbol of the dove. When you think of the dove, you think of beauty and the grace and peace and all that. And black is always associated with something that's bad or something that's dirty or gritty. So it was kind of like Black Dove, and putting those two things together is really just letting people know that, okay, black is beautiful. Let me change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Let you know that black, the essence of black is, you know, something that's always ongoing, progression. You know what I'm saying? Growth, something that's innovative, and of course, obviously for obvious reasons, my skin tone. So yeah, that's how I came up with the name. Originally, I was born in Chicago, but I know nothing of the city. I moved down to Atlanta when I was 1 years old. So now I grew up on the north side of Atlanta, G County, Gwinnett County, um, and I learned a lot of things. There was so many different people. You had your Mexicans, you had your, of course, the blacks, the Asians. So it was like a melting pot. And then, you had the Africans, Jamaicans. So everybody was just in that area. So growing up there, I learned so many ways of life and the way people act, the way that people carry themselves. So it kind of taught me to be open. Um, I attended school in Gwinnett, same place I grew up. I went to a school called Central Gwinnett. It was in the middle of Gwinnett, obviously. Central. Um, I moved around a lot in Gwinnett. I was in Norcross for a little bit, Duluth, ended up in Lawrenceville. So I would stay at a school on an average for 2 years, then I move. So I've always had to relearn, always had to start back over. So me being in an uncomfortable situation is all too familiar to me. So yeah, I started college in '05, and I went to two different colleges. First was a community college in Atlanta by the name of Georgia Perimeter. That was my first 2 years, and I really didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was just really learning. I was into a whole bunch of nonsense. Really, I wanted to start my music career then. I've been doing music since I was 13, but college is when I was like, all right, I'm ready to take this thing seriously. My first 2 years, flunked, failed, didn't really take the shit serious. Then I was like, you know what? I need a backup plan. I gotta figure something out. So I decided to get a whole different scenery. I said, let me get up out of Atlanta for a little bit. Too many distractions out here. So I went 3 hours away, and this was in spring of 2008. Moved out to Statesboro, Georgia, in the country, to Georgia Southern. So it was just, it was a, it was a lot of growing that I did out there. When I first got out there, I was homesick like a motherfucker. I was like, this ain't the city, ain't nothing to do. I don't know these people out here. It's just a lot more. I'm not gonna say a lot more white people, but a lot more. I would say I can tell like the racial tension was different from being in Atlanta versus being in like 3 hours away in the country. So I learned a lot though. I mean, ended up pledging the frat. which I thought I would never do. And I learned, like I said, just being in Gwinnett, I already knew how to, carry myself around different people from different walks of life. But I guess being at Georgia Southern kind of enhanced that because I had to do a lot of team building in my classes with people from like even Germany or India. So it was just a lot of foreign exchange students too. So it kind of like opened my eyes to it. I am Nigerian. Growing up, my culture has played a big role in my life when it comes to my values and the way I carry myself. My mother and father came here more 20 years ago or more, in the 80s, and they came here with nothing. When I say nothing, nothing, not knowing nothing about this country, leaving their family, it was just them two, barely knowing the English language, and it was a culture shock for them. And for them to build all the way up to where they're at now, they got a nice house out there in Gwinnett, raising 2 sons, and it's like, for me, that's why I go hard every day, because seeing that, I can't be lazy, I can't relax, I can't be complacent. They gonna look at me crazy, you know what I'm saying? And being that I've been back to Nigeria 3 times, and the way they live out there is just a whole different dynamic. There's no government assistance for the poor. So it's either you're poor or you're rich. There's no middle class. And when you're poor, you got to fend for yourself. Just imagine being poor with no money, with no government assistance. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally seeing women laying on the ground, sleeping at night outside with their babies in their hand, sleeping outside, or walking around 3 in the morning, knocking on car windows just to get $1 or some change, just to survive, to get food for the next day. You got kids who can't even go to school because they can't afford to go to school. Like I said, no government assistance. So the government's not paying for school. You got to pay for your elementary. You got to pay for your middle school. You got to pay for high school. So if you ain't coming up with a family that has money, you ain't going to school. So there's a lot of people who's illiterate, and it's out of their control. So just seeing that dynamic and growing up in America, like, it kind of makes me count my blessings, but at the same time, I stay humble, because I could have been living a different lifestyle. My parents never came here. I could have been one of them kids. So me being here, I feel like I have to do my best and do my due diligence, and it's my service. It's me paying back my parents, and not only my parents, but the people who's looking up to me. My musical journey from 13 until now has been an interesting one. When I first started, it was pretty much, I had a composition book, so just writing either poetry or just writing rhymes. I had no format. I was just writing shit. I wasn't making no sense. A lot of the shit I listened to, I don't really have them now, but I used to listen to my old shit. It was whack. I'm not even gonna lie to you, shit was garbage. But when I got to high school, I got more into the battle raps. So I wasn't really doing songs. I was battle rapping, skipping school or whatever just to go to a battle rap, or before class, before first period, I'm in the hallways battling. Group of kids just sitting around watching. Of course, at that time, my influences were Smack DVD. I was really into the whole up top culture of hip hop, like New York. You know what I'm saying? People used to call me a Southern Yankee. So I was like, bro, you act like you from New York, but you grew up in Atlanta. What the fuck going on? So, like, that's just what I was into. Yeah. I would describe my sound today as more so like, man, it's a variety of things, man. I've included my culture, so I'm doing more Afro beats now. I'm still got that up top swag, but I live in Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta, so the culture of Atlanta has definitely influenced me. So I can get on something that's southern, that's real southern, switch up my little twang a little bit on the record, and you'll still know it's me. But it's like, oh, it doesn't sound forced, but you can tell that I'm okay. He's very versatile. So my ear for music has really grown. It's been more open. Pop, everything. Like, I could listen to a pop or a country record and just enjoy it. And my friends look at me like, the fuck is going on? I'm a fan of music more now. So, but hip hop is still my core though. There's a lot of different things that inspired me to go into the booth and create my songs, or my projects. It's life, personal things that I go through, things that I see. I might be in the club, I might see some shit. I'm like, yeah, I gotta make a song to that. Or I might hear a song in the club that's real hot at the moment, and I see everybody's reaction to it. I'm like, oh, so this is the shit that they like. Let me see if I can make my own version and see if I can put my own style on it. Or it just may be something I see on TV, news, current events, stuff like that, man. So, yeah. I would say one of the most memorable performances I've had was in 2013. It was, it's now called 1145, but it's, no. Yeah, it was used to be the old Franskies over there in Piedmont. At that time, Ricky Smiley was hosting an open mic every Tuesday, and at that time I had a song called TGIF, and I performed there, and I was nervous as shit, but I was like, shit, I gotta do what I gotta do. So I went up there, did the song. Everybody went crazy. It got to the point where Ricky Smiley called me back up for like an encore, and I did it over the actual instrumentation of the band instead of my actual record. So that kind of stuck with me. And the one minor detail that I never forget, when I was walking off the stage and I handed him the mic, he told me, that dude is going places. So that always stuck with me. So I'm a big believer everything happens for a reason. So yeah. Right now, I would say when it comes to goals as far as short term and long term. Short term, I would say right now, I would want to, of course, build up the brand of Ultra V, build the brand of BlackDove, create a buzz to where people know, okay, he's here now, and he's bringing something different. Long term, it's bigger than music. I know I'm gonna be big as far as when it comes to music and my sound. I know I have the potential. This is where it goes to us as black people. I've always wanted to bridge the gap between African Americans and Africans, and I feel like I have the influence to do that, being that I grew up here, but I'm still very aware of my culture back home. So if I'm able to bridge the gap through my music, like the great Fela Kuti, which is a big Nigerian artist, he said, music is the weapon of the future. Music brings everybody together, no matter where you come from. You know what I'm saying? If you're at a concert, you got people from India, Asians, Mexicans. I don't give a fuck where you from. Y'all hear one song that y'all all like, y'all all gonna turn the fuck up together. You know what I'm saying? So music brings that familiarity between people from all different walks of life. So if I can use music as that platform to bring that message out there, like, hey, as blacks, we need to be more financially sound. We need to start working together. I don't look at him as being he's African, he's from Africa, or he's African American. Fuck all that. We all black. We all came from Africa. Yeah, we got spread out along the world, whatever. Now it's time to get together and forget about what happened in the past and move forward and work together. So that's what I'm trying to promote. So yeah, Ultra V, of course, is a brand that stands for being you and being unapologetic about being you and being different. Ultraviolet is basically a color that has so many different colors in it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we represent here as a production company. We make so much different type of music. It's not just hip hop. It's not just pop. We'll do some house music. We'll do some EDM. We do so many different things. I may not do it personally, but you know what I'm saying? We may have some artists that come to the studio and record something that's just completely different out the norm of what you think. And that's what Ultra V represents. It represents a diversity and not being scared to be yourself. Ultra V Productions consists of me and my she's like a sister to me, so I'm gonna say it's my sister, Edna, and she's phenomenal, female producer. She's also an artist. She's also a videographer. She's very talented. I always tell her every day when I see her, like, yo, you're gonna be the next Missy Elliott. Even though she's gonna be Edna, she's gonna be her own self, but she's gonna be a force to reckon with in the industry. You know, when that time comes and to bring her out, people gonna be like, yo, she's gonna change the game. There's not many females doing what she's doing right now. She's very different, very open, very bubbly. Her energy is nothing but positive. All you get is positive vibes. So, and I gotta contribute a lot of her guiding me musically and everything, getting me where I'm at today as far as like Afro beats and pop. She's the reason my sound has grew so much, because she actually opened the door and took me out of my comfort zone. Like, yo, try this, do something new. yeah, it's cool that you're doing that little up top rap, but everybody's not gonna fuck with it. You gotta be able to cater to everybody if you want to grow as a musician. So, um, she's not only my business partner, but she's also like a good friend and somebody that I can talk to about personal things as well.
Hey everybody, I'm E to the D and to the A, and this is Ultra V Studios. Ultra V all goddamn day. Okay. This studio has been established in 2000. I would like to thank my father. Shout out to my dad for like literally adding like 3 levels to the house. This is in the basement, and this used to be the workout room, the gym, the slight sort of gym, and what is known as a vocal booth now used to be the computer room. And I've always had a love of music and with wanting to make music and to produce, so my dad invested a lot of money in soundproofing the room and getting equipment and having me work with people to hone my craft. So thanks, Dad. And so I pretty much it's evolved my sound. I've been pretty much doing this for about almost 20 years now. So I've been doing this for a while with recording people. I definitely have experience with working with rap artists and R&B artists and pop artists. Even myself as an artist, I even record myself sometimes. It's not always easy to do, but it's something that can be done, and I have done it. And a lot of music has been put out through. A lot of music has come out through here, and I even sometimes edit video in here. Sometimes, but mostly this is music, and this is home. You know where home's where your heart is. This is for me. This is home. This is home for me. And quite honestly, you can move the equipment or whatever anywhere else, but this place is always going to be the first place where I really explored my love for music. And me and Nakeem have been working for how long?
About since 2013.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whew.
It's been a minute.
Bro. The amount of growth, the amount of growth I've gone through some things. He's gone through some things. This has definitely been past a working relationship. This has been, it's been a beautiful experience. I've seen so much growth in him, and when it comes to us collaborating, we've, it's effortless. You know, there's a lot of reasons for that. He's always been around, but we never like in the community, and we've seen each other at parties and stuff, but we've never like worked on music. So should I explain how we were at somebody's graduation party, and I don't remember Uncle's name, but Lisa's dad, he was just like, I know somebody who does music, and I know you do the music too, and I want you to meet this guy. And he points at Akeem. I was like, I know Akeem. You know, I've seen him around, you know. So we exchanged numbers. Akeem came out here around 2013, and I did the regular, what I would with anybody that comes in, with, just recording him and counseling him, doing the whole engineering thing of what it is, pretty much just being on this side of the glass. And, pretty much the rest has been history. He's been, very responsive to what I've said, even if you didn't always like it at first. And it's just being honest, because sometimes I really want like the best performance from someone, and sometimes I'm not necessarily saying that I'm an outright bitch or anything, but sometimes I'm just like, look, I want you to do this over. I know you can do this better, and ultimately, it was something that he did appreciate, and and I do appreciate the growth that he's had, and he's always been thankful for what I've done for him, and I appreciate that so much, because not everybody wants to give the producer credit. There's only so much that they'll just say like, okay, this is what you're supposed to do, but it's nice to know that your contribution is seen and it's appreciated. So and we definitely have gotten closer as far as since we're already like I consider him to be my cousin, my brother. He considers me to be his sister. He doesn't have any sisters. So that's an honor to me, and that speaks to the nature of our relationship, and how much he trusts me and confides in me. And it's been an absolute pleasure with seeing how much he's grown, especially when it comes to like mainstream music. He was more of an up top, his flow was very much influenced by like early mid 2000s, with the up top flow, and which is something I've always appreciated. But I think I got him into thinking a bit more broader as far as, okay, hey, let's do an Afrobeat record. Okay, let's do a pop record that's kind of reminiscent of like this whole funk sound that has been popular for the past couple of years. Let's, because, what was it? That was the name of the song? TGIF.
TGIF, Thank God for Friday. Yeah.
I think I had just done the track and you just wanted to hear it or something,
yeah.
And you heard it and you're like, you know what, I think I'm going to write to this. I just appreciate him being open-minded about it, because he didn't have to be, and but I'm not sure what else to say really. It's just been a wonderful experience, just getting to know him and to help him and to see his growth and stuff like that. It's been great.
Yeah, it's your boy BlackDove, and y'all can follow me on Twitter, BlackDove Brand, Twitter and Instagram. And like I said, follow your dreams. Don't let nobody hold you back. Even when you're winning, fight like you're losing, man, and keep the faith going. King shit.